You say this morning that all trading divisions are profitable. Is it safe to say that the crisis is over for Bank of Ireland?
I think we are very much moving to a much more normal pace, Anna. The economy in Ireland is growing well. We expect it to grow about 3.5% next year. We're participating in that. We have very large market shares in Ireland, and we're benefiting from that. We were the largest lender into the Irish economy last year, and we'd expect that to continue.
Do you, on the subject of the dividend, you've made clear your plans for the timing of the reintroduction of the dividend. If some shareholders are disappointed there isn't a dividend for 2016, what would you say?
I think the main thing was that our defined benefit pension schemes, we were impacted by bond yields, and in particular the volatility in the bond yields in the first 3 quarters of last year. The issue was probably very much resolved in the last quarter, but we do want to see some further stability, which we expect, and we were generating capital. What we want to do when we start paying dividends is make sure that for our shareholders, the dividend is very predictable, it's sustainable, and it's progressive.
So it's sustainable and progressive. So that will mean what? An increasing share of profits, an increasing percentage payouts?
We would be targeting to normalise at a payout ratio around about 50%.
OK. Let me turn to the UK part of your business. About half the mortgage book is in the UK. How is Brexit impacting on your business? Do you see any impact yet?
Well, the impact for us has really been the translation of our UK profits and the translation impact on our capital we hold against our UK businesses. But in both our Irish businesses and our UK businesses, we haven't seen any deterioration in credit quality. Obviously, some of our Irish customers have the same translation impact as we do. And our UK businesses are performing well. In Great Britain, the businesses are really about working with our 2 partners, which is the Post Office and the Automobile Association. And the products we're rolling out are going well. So it is, we're keeping very much a close watching brief on it, but we haven't seen any material impact as yet.
Do you have high hopes for the financial services sector in Ireland to benefit at the expense of the City of London over Brexit, Richie?
I think we have to look at the absolute scale of our infrastructure here. I think we will benefit. I think we're benefiting. We're already starting to see insurance companies. We're seeing lawyers, etc., coming over here. So I think we will benefit. But we're not anticipating that it's going to be transformational. But we will. I think we will see some benefits, yes.
Bank of Ireland didn't do all that well, perhaps, in the EBA stress tests recently. Looking at your CET1 ratio, 12.3%. What are your plans there for the bank's capital levels?
We think a sustainable capital is around about where we are at the moment. So, our target capital is in or around 12%. And I think one of the features that hit banks like us in the stress tests is obviously the level of non-performing loans that we held at the time the stress tests were done back in, so it was based on the December 15 balance sheet. Since then, we've brought our non-performing loans down by another 34%. So we're making very strong progress on that, and the restructures we have in our customers are working. And that's been started to be reflecting in provision releases as well.
How difficult is it to grow the business, Richie, with interest rates as low as they are right now? You talked about the strength of the Irish growth story. Do you think the ECB should move to a higher rate environment at some point soon?
I don't think my opinion would matter much. I think obviously for us, the low interest rates are a problem, but we are seeing a margin expansion. So we had a net interest margin of 219 basis points in the first half of last year. It's moved to 227 basis points. Part of that is a loan mix of our new lending, but also we have some legacy products which were tracking an ECB rate, but those are amortizing. So we see a gradual improvement from that.
You've talked about some of the things that are not worrying you too much, the Irish growth story, little impact apart from translation from the Brexit story in the UK. Richie, what does worry you? Are you concerned about other parts of the EU economy, about anything that Donald Trump might do around globalisation? What are your worries?
No, I think, if you look at the Irish economy, the big thing about the economy here is that the expansion is happening in all the regions and right across the sectors. I mean, political risk is something that, I mean, we're a 230-year-old bank. We've had to live with political risk many times. The way that we deal with that is have a sustainable business. We've diversification, so we've deliberately chosen diversification both in Ireland and the UK, and we have some US and continental European businesses. We keep our capital strong, and our liquidity is very strong.
And Richie, just briefly, I hate to ask this question, but it's the kind of thing that flags up. You've been in the job 8 years. Happy to stay? Happy to carry on doing what you're doing at Bank of Ireland?
I'm enjoying my job.